this is Merhten Homer, and maybe you haven't heard of him before, but I bet you've heard about his product. It's Painted Hills Natural Beef. We're at Barber World Foods, where they carry all of your natural beef. And Merhten, what does that mean, natural beef?
That means no hormones, no antibiotics ever. And we grow it out, and the cattle range out like till they weigh 800 pounds or so before we bring them in to feed them. So they actually run natural, and it's without hormones and antibiotics.
Okay, and Painted Hills is a conglomeration of a few different farms?
Yes, it's actually, we use about 70 different ranchers in Oregon. It's actually owned by 7 different ranchers, you know, and it's actually the only one that actually is owned by ranchers.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we've grown up from there, and we're in the stores in Portland and Seattle area.
All right, let's take a look at this beautiful piece of meat here. This is your favorite cut, right?
Yes, this is a rib steak.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll put it on and give it a try for everybody.
All right, I'm opening the grill for you. Woo!
And we're all a choice program, so it's only choice beef is what we have.
Only choice beef, what does that
Yes.
mean?
Well, it's a grade, and so it's got enough marbling that you cook it, and it always pretty well comes out perfect.
It's always perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen this on the menus in many, many Portland restaurants.
Right. We are in a lot of restaurants, a lot of stores, Portland all the way down to Ashland, actually San Francisco. But yeah, and when we cook a steak, when we cook these steaks, we cook them to a point where we want them medium rare. And to cook them medium rare, we leave them on there, we put a little salt on them, you know, that's about the only thing, because I want flavor. And this meat's got a lot of flavor to it. And so we put it on there. When it becomes a little shine on the top, we turn it over, and half the time it'll have a little shine on it again, and then you take it off, it's medium rare, it's perfect. And I want you to cook our meat perfect, because the only thing that can ruin it is overcook it by a long ways.
Right, right. Now, sometimes when you're cooking steaks for the adults, you may want to throw on some burgers for the kids.
Yes.
And you have that as well.
Yes, we have 1/3 pound or 1/4 pound, or you can go to the meat counter and have them make you up some.
Now, how is your hamburger different?
First of all, it has more flavor to it, and secondly, when you cook it, it doesn't shrivel up and go away on you like generic beef does. In fact, you'll probably lose 1/3 less hamburger amount when you cook it in a grill, and so that makes a lot of difference. So when you go buy that cheap meat somewhere, actually the natural beef is way cheaper when you get done cooking it.
And it comes in varying degrees of amount of fat.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very much so. It depends on the store.
All right. All right, well, we're going to let these cook up, and we'll see how they turn out in just a few minutes.
Okay.
All right, these look done. Now I understand what you mean by the sheen.
Yeah, as the moisture gets to the top of that steak, it goes through. We turned it over once. The moisture came to the top. We turned it over, and then the moisture turned around and came back up, and that's the second time through. So now it's been cooked through twice. It's just perfect at medium rare.
It's done.
It's done.
All right, let's take it off. Oh, and the burgers are sizzling. Smells delicious. Okay, now
I guess we're going to that one.
that's a big ribeye.
Yeah, that was a good ribeye. Somebody want a piece of that one?
Yeah, we've got some taste testers lined up. I wonder what they want.
Just perfect. Okay.
Good job, Merhten.
I think they like it.
Yeah. Well, with the moisture just going through it twice and never coming out, it's perfect.
All right. You know what? I'm actually excited about the burger.
All right.
Good.
We better get one with this or I'll make it fall off.
All righty, I'll hold the plate.
Yeah, let's take
Looks
that.
good. I don't even need a knife for this.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
that is
Medium rare.
perfect.
It's perfect. We have it in stores up and down the valley. You know, we're in Ross and Market at Choice, the Thriftway chain or stores. So yeah, you can find it just about anywhere.
And here at Barber World Foods, they have great prices.
Yeah.
It was very juicy, very good.
You bet, and that's just perfect. And that way, if you cook it right the first time, it's always good.
All right, It's Painted Hills natural beef.
Right.
Thanks, Merhten.
Thank you.